We're back working on this pitch to MIDI sender device. In the previous video we created the system as to where we can store a list of MIDI numbers in an object called a bag based on what we click here. The reason for this is so we can cross-check what MIDI note the pitch detection algorithm is trying to put out, and if it matches against the notes that we have said we want to allow to be passed through, we will pass those through. So it's another way of kind of fine-tuning what notes get played. It hopefully should remove a bunch of artifacts. There are a few problems with this I'm finding, and I want to kind of explore those first, and then we'll get into creating the system which allows the notes to pass through. So if I was to bang this here, we've got 36, 40 and 43. I used a pack before, and I feel like this is going to get into problems because a pack will trigger its output when there is an input into either the first inlet or the second inlet. So I'm going to go with the original pack. So a pack will only output when it gets an input in the left inlet, because this will always spit out first. So it'll populate this and then this. So let's go and clear this. Let's close this down. What happens when I bang this? Nothing. So let's clear it again. Let's put in this one. So we've got 36. Let's just clear this. 36 and 40. 36, 40 and 43. Remove them. 40 and 36. 36. So that all appears to be working. Now I'm just going to introduce some pseudo numbers here. Let's just go 36, 39. These need to be individual messages. So these are just me emulating what might come out of the pitch detection algorithm with 36, 37 and 40. So I can click on these and kind of trigger random arbitrary notes. So I need to be able to first, I need to bang something, and I also need to send a list. And I'm going to create a select object which allows us to match one inlet to another inlet. So this is the value to match. So we're going to first send the MIDI note that we want to test into that. So it's going to go into this split here. It's going to send the value. I need to make this an integer as well. It's going to send the integer, which is 36, into here. Then we're going to bang the bag, which is going to output a list of the numbers currently in the bag. And it's going to output them into this. So these are the values to be tested. So first it's going to say this is the value that we want to be matched. Then it's going to bang the bag, which will output the entire list. This will bang if the output is in the bag. This will bang if the output is not in the bag. Or that's how my theory goes anyway. So let's give this a go. Let's turn on 36. Let's click on 36. Okay, and we get a bang. Let's try 37. 37 is not in the bag. Let's try 40. 40 is not in the bag. Let's turn on 40. 40 is both in the bag and not in the bag. So that's not ideal. So why is this happening? What if I turn this one off? 40 is in the bag. So something's wrong here with the way that when it's outputting more than two things, we're getting both yes and no. Okay, so what's happening is it's coming through, it's testing 36 last. Okay, so it's testing 40 and it's going, yes, that's in the bag. Then it tests 36 and that says, no, I'm not 40. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send the output of the select into a 1. Like so. So when it is in the bag, it's going to send out a 1. We're also going to create an integer object, and it's going to send that into here, or it's going to set the value of this integer to 1 without actually outputting anything. I'm going to have to add another bang here because I want to be able to bang that integer we're going to have to pipe these across. So the list comes through here, then the bang is sent to the bag. So remember, with these T's, things go from the right to the left. Then we want to bang the integer here. And I'm going to need another T, we'll go TIB. So this is going to trigger this. First, it's going to bang out a 0. So we'll just put a 0 here. And the 0 is going to loop back around into that integer. And we should be able to then feed this into a toggle box, I think. So here. So that's the integer that will come out. So let's give this a try. 36 is in the bag, 37 is not in the bag, 40 is in the bag. Okay, this appears to be working. Let's put this in the bag, which is 43. So let's just test this with some more. We'll just go 41. 43, 41, 43, 41, 43. So I feel like this is working good enough. Now I need to make this so it passes through the note if it is accepted. This is a little bit of a mess, but it's okay. We'll clear this up later. So I'm going to add one more integer here. And I'm going to have to shuffle these along one more time because I want the very last thing it does is send this integer out, and we'll put a G switch. I really need to tidy this patch calls up, but we'll do it soon. So the final thing it does is it sends an integer to a G switch. This toggle, which defines whether it's in the bag or not, goes into the left inlet, which controls where the switch is getting sent. So if it's on, we want it to output here. And if it's not, it should output here. So let's try that. 37, not in the bag, so it comes through here. 36 in the bag, so it comes through here. 40 is in the bag, so it comes through here. 41, not in the bag. 43 in the bag. Okay, so this is working, so we can pretty much, I won't delete it, but we can change this to a red or something. Might as well change this to a green. Okay, I found that a lot harder on my brain than I anticipated. So that's all good. So the last thing we need to do is we need to be able to add all of the octaves. So when we're specifying a scale, or maybe this is the second last thing to do, when we're specifying a scale, we don't just want to add 36, we want to add 48, and we want to add 60 and 72 and all the other instances of C. And I am going to tackle that in the next video. But I just want to hook this up just to see if it works anyway. So let's go ahead and send this into here, and we'll send this into the keyboard and to the MIDI output. Now I don't expect this to do too much considering we don't have the octave system turned on, but let's just get something playing and let's just see if we can get some notes in the C major scale. So these are all too high, so let's just put a -24 just to prove that things are working here. We got an E. Let's go -, 36. What are we outputting here? There's a C. Okay, so obviously we've got the problem of we need to know what scale it's in or what key it's in, and we don't have the octave stuff here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do. We could probably do a drop-down menu to populate this. Depends how much I want to focus on this device. I think I want to follow this through and at least get something out because I've put a bit of work into it now. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video and we will focus on the octave stuff.